Hey guys, John at Fix a Fence. um, just got a little video here. I've been watching a lot of videos, and I know you guys probably feel the same way I do about this Charlie Kirk assassination. Um, it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. I'm agreeing with a lot of other people. It just doesn't make sense. So, what I did was I went to I went and made me a button. It don't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I'm thinking about making some T-shirts. Why not? Flood it. It doesn't make sense, right? Just doesn't make sense. But no, this is my first button. I took this. I made this off of Word, and it was too big because it wouldn't have gone around the little backing for the button. So I had to go to Canva, and I had to get this down to like 2 inches in order for it to fit. It makes no sense. Then I took my trusty button gun, my button machine, and made me up a. It makes no sense. Maybe I can come up with a website. Makes no sense, and start selling buttons and T-shirts, coffee cups, calendars, like everybody else does, right? It makes no sense. Now that makes sense. Just making a website called itmakesnosense.com. I'm going to have to go to GoDaddy. You know what? I'm going to go search that right now on GoDaddy. Let's do this together. GoDaddy.com. And then I'm going to type in here. Let's type in here. It makes no sense. Okay, it makes no sense. That's what it says there. It makes no sense. I'm going to come over here, search it. Let's see what it says. And my goodness, it's already there. Somebody's already got it taken. My goodness, they want me to buy it now for $100. So I think I'm already on to something, man. What do you think about that? It makes no sense, man. I think that's kind of funny, man. Well, anyway, that doesn't make sense now. So I'd have to buy the website for $99, create it into some kind of e-commerce website just to sell buttons. Well, anyway, guys, I just wanted to make a short video and showing you that, hey, man, it makes no sense. None of it does. None of it. Even with the government shutdown, that doesn't make sense either. You know, none of this makes sense. I'm still going to wear my hat, regardless if it makes sense or not. I'm an American, one day at a time, owner of Fix a Fence LLC. And I'll tell you what, that's what keeps this backbone of America driving and thriving, is the small businesses. So if you happen to be a small business owner, I don't care what it is, remember, you are the backbone of America. We make America run. If it weren't for our little taxes going in there, well then, what would they do? They'd already shut the government down. But idiots. But whatever, right? Whatever. We still got to deal with it one day at a time. I wish my prayer is that they would just come together and start working together instead of creating this dividing line, because again, it makes no sense. You know, first and foremost, I am an American. I was born here, raised here, you know, in a blue state. So what does that tell you? But that wasn't my, here I am. I'm married, and I'm not going to leave. I got a nice house here, and I'm not going to leave this for what, I mean, worked hard for what I have here, and it's paid for, bought and paid for the American way. My goodness, I'm about ready to retire. And I don't even know how to spell that word, really. I think I can spell it. I'm bullshitting you. I can spell it, but you know what? The point is, I don't think I'm ready to spell that word yet. I don't even know the frickin' definition of it. And again, it makes no sense. But you know what? I'm out here busting ass. I'm making dollars. That's what it is. I'm making dollars. And by God, that's what I'm going to continue to do. I'm going to make dollars for this little fence company of mine called Fix a Fence LLC. So like I said, if you guys are businessmen, small business owner, don't forget, you guys are the backbone of America. If it wasn't for small business, again, if it wasn't for small business, I don't think America would be where it's at. Well, they'd have those big corporations, but come on, man. I don't want to be run to a man. I don't want to be freaking, you know what I mean? I mean, I'd rather make the decisions myself for this and that and the other thing for the little fence company that I have. And I think I'm doing all right. I'm ready to transfer ownership to my grandson. It's that well established. So, and that's just because of my SEO geekiness. These little videos right here, I started that just right about when YouTube started. And I started my little video channel, and I've been doing it ever since, Facebook page, Google, check out Google. My goodness, man, my little SEO geekiness there, 4.9, but that wouldn't be there without the reviews from the customers. And then, of course, there's Yelp, Nextdoor, other social media market, Reddit. Oh my goodness, when I found out I was on Reddit, that really just tricked me out. I was like, wow, that makes no sense. Reddit's pretty brutal. Reddit's a pretty brutal site. But if you're doing a good job, people are going to leave honest, transparent comments and reviews. So what do I got to hide? What do I got to hide? Anyway, I'm not here trying to, what you call rake the public or whatever like that. But, one day I would like to learn how to spell that word retirement. But, these little fence repairs, unless I got one for $1 million, it ain't happening anytime soon. So anyway, guys, John at Fix a Fence, man. I made a button. It makes no sense. And this button, it weighs pretty heavy right here in my fingers. It weighs pretty damn heavy. It's the first one. And yeah, it's got some weight to it right there, because I know why I made it. I have to keep my humor up too, positive. I'll tell you something. I graduated top of the line of a medical assistant. Okay, it probably has nothing to do, but I want to tell you something about the cancer thing. Okay, this is why positive stuff is so important. Okay, I watched it in a frickin' test tube, a cancer cell. They were shooting positive information into this petri dish, and they were watching this. We were watching this cancer cell move away from all the positive stuff. Okay, and then on the other side of the realm, right, that cancer in that petri dish started throwing the negative stuff at it, and it started coming to it. That I'll tell you something right there. All right, I'm just being honest, being real. This is what I've seen, experienced in my life. Okay, a cancer cell is attracted to negativity. So if you want cancer to spread, go attract yourself to negativity. If you want it to get away from you, start inserting that positivity into you. Okay, I'm just saying that's what I see. Anyway, John at Fix a Fence. I don't want to get back to it, but that's something that does make sense. All the rest of this crap, it makes no sense. You guys keep smiling. Have a great day. Okay.